Welcome into the Alabama Football Report. I am your host, RC Maxfield, and we have another Rumor Head show for you on tap today as Alabama will look to get back on track this weekend after losing to Texas A&M. I don't mean to pick a poor wound on there, but hey, let's have some fun this video because, well, the message boards aren't fun out there, whether you're going to certain sites, whatever it may be, but you do see some interesting people. And that's exactly where we're going to start off on this Rumor Head show real quick. Nick Saban on the hot seat. First of all, what the hell? Second of all, that's cap. Like, what are we talking about here? Do people not have anything better to do than to sit in front of a screen? I see the irony right now. I really do. You're sitting in front of a screen to see me. I get the irony. I really do. But do people just not have anything better to do than make up crap like this? Like, honestly, I try to keep the shows PG, so you'll notice on the next L3 we have here, I bleeped it out, but get the out of here. Get the out of here. We're talking about one of the greatest coaches of all time, if not the greatest coach of all time in any sport. And then we have people like this on message boards. Listen, first of all, Melvin Seahorse. I don't know what the hell that is. If that's your name, I apologize first and foremost. Second of all, no. Stop it. You should have privileges taken away right now. You should never be able to be in front of a screen for the rest of your life. Stop it. Get some help right now, like MJ said. This next one, also from Professor Balls. Again, get out of here. We're trying to keep it PG-13 on this show, at least at the bare minimum. He's close to retirement. Years past, he would send a message to the players via PC for them not working hard. This year, he is all smiles. He is the GOAT, but I think the younger age players these days beat to a different drum. Flame away. It's facts, though. Are we saying right now, Professor Balls, if I can call you by your first name and full name, I guess at that point, that you want Nick Saban to retire and that he's washed? Nick Saban is the greatest coach of all time in college football and maybe in any sport. Okay, we're talking about a guy that's won national championships at two schools. Yeah, it didn't work out in the NFL, but Alabama is arguably the best dynasty in college football history. And why is that? Because it's a modern-day dynasty. It is much more difficult to win in today's day and age. What the hell are you thinking? You two should never, and I mean never, be able to look at a screen again. Just stop it. Get some help. I'm here in the comments. If you need that help, I will be here and be your sounding board because you need it. You absolutely need it. And if you think people are crazy for wanting Nick Saban fired, after I just went on that tangent there, I apologize. Again, at least I kept it PG-13 on the comment below. Mom, I'm looking at you if you're watching the video, which I know you do watch these. Just like the video for me, though. If you think people are crazy if Nick Saban deserves to be fired, people think that. I don't even know if it's on a message board or not. Are they actually talking about this in real life? At least behind a message board, you can hide and maybe delete it. If you say this out loud, there's no coming back. Let me know if you think people are crazy for wanting Nick Saban fired by simply liking the video down below. Got to shout out today's video sponsor, BetUS, and right now we might have the best deal and combo deal on the internet going right now between BetUS and Chat Sports. First off, go to chatsports.com/TideBet and use the promo code TIDE125 to get a 125% deposit bonus. And now you're thinking, RC, how could this deal get any better? Let me check my notes real quick. If you go to chatsports.com/bet, Jeff, is this right? Producer Jeff is nodding at me right now and saying we're good. If you sign up and deposit at least $100, they can get a free jersey like the one on the screen. Jeff, this can't be right. This is fake news right now. No, this is right? Unbelievable right now. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Go to chatsports.com/TideBet. Use the promo code TIDE125. Deposit $100 at least on the site. By the way, they'll match that and give you $125, so you'll have $225. And then do this for me. Email us at jersey@chatsports.com. Again, jersey@chatsports.com. Let me get it one more time for you. jersey@chatsports.com. And you too, once you send us a screenshot showing you deposited $100 and made your first bet. That is critical. Deposit $100, make your first bet. You can get a free Alabama jersey like the one you just saw on Devontae Smith. Again, chatsports.com/TideBet. Use the promo code TIDE125 to get the best deposit bonus on the internet and a free jersey if you email us at jersey@chatsports.com after you make your first bet and you deposit $100. Seriously, I can't believe that deal is real, Jeff. That's unbelievable right there. You know what I also can't believe? People want Nick Saban fired. But let's move on. Let's move on here. Bryce Young, still the Heisman favorite. I'll give it to Nick Saban heads on this one. And the reason is because I have a personal liking to Bryce Young. I think he reminds me of Russell Wilson quite a bit. I think he's really good. But here's the thing. You lost the game on the road to an unranked team in Texas A&M. Okay, that's probably going to hurt your chances, right? But when you look at what Bryce Young has done this year, he probably should be the Heisman frontrunner. I mean, this is absolutely elite right here. And not to mention, he has 3 wins against top 25 opponents so far, almost completing 70% of his passes, well on his way to 2,000 yards this coming up week, already 20 TDs and only 3 interceptions. And really, it's 2, and those 2 interceptions, I will admit, were just bad decisions by the sophomore quarterback. But one, I will go to the grave saying, Jameson Williams, that's your fault. But let's look at the updated Heisman favorites from BetUS. Bryce Young, still ahead, but that shrank quite a bit after that Aggie loss in College Station for the Crimson Tide. Matt Corral right there, C.J. Stroud moving his way up. You got Robinson from Texas. We got a Texas fan as the producer right now, and Jeff, so I don't know if I could actually trust him at all right now. But there's Desmond Ridder as well as Cincinnati, the number 3 team in the country. Who the hell would have thought that? I'll be honest, though, about Bryce Young. He's still holding on to the lead dog spot, and I think he should because Alabama has played a pretty tough schedule when it comes to what they've had to do outside, not even in their non-conference schedule, but in the SEC, right? You're thinking about this. You have Miami who really just, who saw that coming? De'Aaron King's now done for the year, so they're not very good. Manny Diaz probably gets fired after this year down on South Beach. But you beat them when they were ranked in the opener. You also beat Florida down in Gainesville, a ranked team. And then you have another ranked win against Ole Miss at home on top of that. He should be the lead dog because he has 3 ranked wins, and he's looked great in all of them. Now, I get it, the loss to Texas A&M, not great on the record, but he still showed out and actually played pretty well in that game, I thought, outside of maybe a couple of ill-advised decisions here and there. But you tell me, should Young still be the Heisman favorite? Type Y for yes, type in for no. It's really close, right? I don't think there's a wrong answer here, but I am curious to hear what y'all say. I'd probably hit the Y button, but it'd probably be a lowercase y because I'm not as confident in this one, but you can do case-sensitive stuff, whatever you want. You can also do this. Subscribe to the channel because, listen, we're trying to get to 7,500 subs right here on the Alabama Football Report, and we need your help doing it. You want to subscribe because we have free Alabama videos coming to you almost daily on this channel, right? We're bringing you recaps. We're bringing you the latest recruiting news. We're bringing you so much jam-packed information on this channel about the Alabama Crimson Tide football team. And the best part about it, it's absolutely free. Tell your friends about it. And we got Nick Saban heads, for goodness sake. Who else is doing that on the internet? Nobody, except for Nick Saban himself, because obviously he has his own head. But anyway, subscribe to the channel and stay in the know on the Crimson Tide all season long right here on the Alabama Football Report. Speaking of the Nick Saban heads, got one last question on the Alabama football rumors. Is Alabama better than the 5th team in the country in terms of they are ranked 5th right now? Are they better than that? Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. This one's pretty easy for me. Producer Jeff, swing those 4 Saban heads right on the screen right there. You love to see it. It's happening. So quit asking, okay? So quit asking. Nick Saban. That was a terrible impression, Jeff, but I tried my best. Listen, let's be honest about it. They stumbled down in College Station. They did. They didn't play up to par in terms of the Nick Saban standards for this Alabama program. But to say that this team is the 5th best team in the country, and I get it, there's undefeated teams ahead of them, is just ridiculous, in my opinion. Looking at the AP Top 25 right now, you have Georgia at number 1. That's fair. If you go listen to the Overreaction Show, which the link is down in the description below, I actually say I think Georgia's probably better than Alabama right now. Don't come at me in the comments. I'm just trying to tell you the truth and keep it honest with you. Iowa at number 2 feels like arguably the biggest fluke in college football. They can't score. Defense, outstanding. But you have to score in today's modern college football, right? Cincinnati, awesome store. I love Desmond Ridder at the quarterback position. And then Oklahoma. This is the one that gets me. who the hell is your quarterback? Because Lincoln Riley won't even tell us. It should be Caleb Williams because Spencer Rattler's trash. Go back to Arizona, transfer to one of the state schools, and we'll hear about you after dark on ESPN in terms of Big 12 or Pac-12 after dark, right? Alabama should be at least fourth in my opinion. But when it comes down to it, they're probably second. And let me tell you why. Looking at the offensive stats right here, this is one of the best offensive teams in the country, and this is with the guy in Bryce Young that, yeah, he appeared in 9 games last year. He has 6 starts under his belt this year. I mean, they have not missed a beat, really, when it comes to considering what they lost last year, right? You lose Jalen Waddle. You lose the Heisman Trophy winner in Devontae Smith. You lose Najee Harris. 3 first-round skill players right there, right? Not to mention the guys on the offensive line that were drafted high, and also his replacement, right? He's replacing Mac Jones, who had arguably the best offensive season in Alabama quarterback history, right? You're 6th in the FBS in scoring, 20th in total yards per game, and then in turnovers, that's the critical part for me. Nick Saban's teams, when they succeed, do not turn the ball over, and this team is not turning the ball over that much. Now, on the defensive side, they need a couple more takeaways. They're 40th right now in takeaways and 40th in college football in terms of points per game. That probably needs to change a little bit, but they're not giving up very many yards. This is a bend, don't break type defense. They're really good between the 20s, and they get even better between the red zone. So they're just not letting teams score that much. And really, when you think about it, the past couple weeks really inflated that points per game. But be honest with me on this. I've given you my opinion. I think Alabama is the second best team in the country right now, only behind Georgia. I know, don't come at me in the comments. I'm just trying to be honest with you here. But be honest with me since I'm just reciprocating the favor here. Just reciprocate it for me. Where do you think the Crimson Tide should be ranked? Again, they're currently 5th in the AP poll. I think they should probably be second because let's be honest about it. Iowa, Cincinnati, and Oklahoma are not better than Alabama. It's just simple and plain. They're not. I mean, hats out to Cincinnati. It's a hell of a story, right? We're talking about a team outside of a Power 5 conference, and, well, they're moving to a Power 5 conference. Shout out to the Big 12, I guess, on that one, but that won't happen for a few more years. Iowa, they run the ball virtually more than anybody in college football. They play great defense. They score just enough, but I'm going to be honest, they should have lost to Penn State if Sean Clifford was healthy, right? And then Oklahoma, it all goes back to that quarterback controversy, right? Who's the quarterback? Is it Caleb Williams, who it should be? If Lincoln, if you're watching this, which I don't know why you would be, but if you are, he should be your quarterback. Or Spencer Rattler, who shouldn't be the starting quarterback there. Either way, Alabama's better, right? The only question in my mind right now as we go into week 6 of the college football slate is who's going to win the championships? Is it going to be Bama or Georgia? Because right now, in my mind, as I mentioned already, Alabama's the second best team in the country. And there's nothing wrong with that right now. You slipped up down in College Station because, well, as Nick Saban said at halftime, you got to be better on third down. And they got to be better in the trenches. That's got to change, right? And I think it will. There's too much talent down there for it not to change overall. So for me, Alabama is the second best team in the country. I get it. You lose a game, you got to drop a few, especially when you lose to an unranked team in the Texas A&M Aggies. But don't get it twisted. They're not the 5th best team in the country. They are the clear-cut second, and some people would even probably put them ahead of Georgia just because is it going to be Stetson Bennett or JT Daniels at the helm for the Bulldogs moving forward with JT Daniels' injury? For me, I have them at second right now because I think Georgia and that defense is just absolutely loaded. Their offense is filled with playmakers. If they even get any kind of normal QB play, they'll be better. But I do think Alabama and Georgia in the national title game right now is my prediction going into week 7. But again, we talked about it earlier. I went on a little bit of a rant. I apologize for the language. I'm just kidding. I apologize for nothing. I mean all of it. I mean absolutely all of it, okay? And you should too. If you think people are crazy for wanting the GOAT, a.k.a. it's happening, so quit asking himself. Nick Saban fired? Just like the video. That's all we ask. And if you haven't, look below me. You see that right there? Subscribe. Hit that button right there and subscribe to the best Alabama football channel on YouTube. It's 100% free, and maybe we'll bring back some Nick Saban Head rumors a little bit more often if we get a couple subscribers and likes on this video right here on the Alabama Football Report.